Hey guys, this is Rochelle. As you're walking through Equine Simplified, there are so many different activities and observations and actions you can record around your horse. I'm going to walk you through that process because there's a lot of options, and then if that option isn't even there, you can create your own very easily. So I'm going to walk through that. Let's go.
I can enter an activity in multiple ways. So from the home screen, I can hit add new and hit activity, or I can hit add activities over on this hot button over to the right. I can also select my horse and add activities again in the same two places, but at this time then, because I've already selected the horse will be selected when I add the activity. So if I just select add activities and I want to do health, I'm going to do medication. And at this point, I can either keep scrolling and down until I find it's in alphabetical order, but until I find my Duracell, of which I'm on the wrong letters here, and I can do it that way. But you can see you have to scroll a little bit. So if I don't want to do that, because there's hundreds of medications, I can just start typing Duracell, and look, it populates right there, and that has it. Now there's a lot of information you can enter. Most of this information you probably don't need, but you will want some of it for some other parts of medications. Like for instance, if you're doing vaccines, specifically flu rhino, in order to get the USEF report for flu rhino, you would want to enter in information like the city, state, where it's been done, the drug manufacturer, batch information, everything else. For Duracell health, I don't need it. I'm not worried about it. You may want to track who administered, so you have some record there. So if you want to change that, it will default to myself as the user. But if it's somebody else that did it, you could change that. You may want to add notes about it. If you want to do that, you can do that. You can keep the date if you did it today, then you can keep that date. As I said, Polo was selected initially, so he would be selected here. I could also select multiple horses if I want to. And then down here is the billing section. This horse is an internal cost. He's my horse, so I don't charge it anyway, but it'll default to don't charge. But if I wanted to record a price to it, if I had to buy a new bottle of Duracell, I could put a cost to it if I wanted to. And then lastly, under reminders, right now, every time you enter an activity, it won't create a future reminder for that activity, but let's say I want to go ahead and create it. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And if I want a future reminder for it, I can look at it and I could say, okay, I want it as a one-time reminder. I want to do it one more time in 3 days. Then I could go ahead and just enter a due date. Or if it is a reoccurring reminder and I want to do it daily, and I have different frequencies in here, but let's say I want to do it daily and I want to have it daily until for the next week, I can go ahead and select my dates there and it'll be in there daily for the next week. If it's something that's really far in advance, like it's something that I want to do once a month, for instance, and I don't want to be reminded on just the day that it's due. I want a little bit of a heads up notice so I can plan for it. Then I can actually put on here, if that was the case, I could put monthly, and I could ask for a little bit of a heads up. I could ask for a heads up one day before that next due date is, or I could change that. I'm going to go back to my daily. And I don't really need any advance notice on that. And then I can also put a note for reminders, keep a special care on his left front foot, just look at it a little bit closer, whatever I want to do for the reminders, so that pops up as well. Save the activity. And voila, here it is. And this is the activity that was done here. So this was a health medication activity for Duracell. And if I look at my upcoming activities, I have activities for each day due for the next week. So that's going to tell. Now we're going to enter an activity for multiple horses. So I want to show you how to do this because there may be times, and I'm going to use an example for worming. If you've got a barn of 10 horses and you worm all 10 horses that day, you don't want to have to go in, add new, enter the activity, select the horse, select whatever the price is, save, go do it again and again and again times 10. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to be able to hit this. You want to add an activity. So let's do health. Let's do deworming. And let's pick an item. So let's just do ivermectin, okay? So quantity is 1. I'm not going to worry about the other stuff. I'm just going to worry about who administered, and that's me. You could put what the manufacturer is if you want that. And then you can select all the horses that it applies to. I have 3 horses set up. I'm going to select those 3 horses. And if there's a cost to it, right now it's defaulting to do not charge. But if I want to charge based on the rate sheet, and right now there's an internal cost of $10, and I apparently don't have a price in the rate sheet for this. So I can override it, and now I may want to go back and enter a price. So let's say I want to go ahead and override it, and I'm going to put in $20 for this. My internal cost for each one of these, for each horse, is $10. That's the cost to buy the wormer. And then let's say it's $20 for the price that I want to charge the owners. And then I can save the activity. I can also set up a reminder for any of these horses for, let's say, 2 months from now. So I'll go February, March, April, and I'll just do it at the end of April and hit save. And now I have a reminder in 2 months for this activity. There is the ability to customize per horse. So I can save it right now, and that will show, now it will have 3 activities if I save it right now. Or if I customize it with per horse, let's see what that looks like. So what I can do is I can charge per a different rate. So this is a really good example here, in that right now, remember, I charged it internal cost at $10 and a client price at $20, and I have a reminders, and I can change the reminders per horse. So in this example, Spike is a miniature horse, so he doesn't get a full tube. So I have a new tube, but I'm only going to charge half the price of it, because it really only is $5.10, because I still have another half of a tube. So I'm going to change his price there, and then I'm going to hit save. And what we're going to see under the activities is we're going to see 3 activities being created. I should also see 3 activities for upcoming activities in the future. Here are my 3 activities that I said for 430. And when I go to look at my reports for cost for Spike, he's going to be at a lower rate than the other horses, because he's half-sized, right? So that's how that customized per horse works.
Thanks for watching. We're going to be posting more videos related to Equine Simplified tips and tricks, as well as general horse care topics. So please remember to subscribe so that you can get the latest. Now, time to go play with the horses. Cheers!